Hey guys, welcome to the Sunday night edition of I'm Still Playing. Thanks for coming by. I hope you guys have had a great weekend. So last time I threatened to talk about Diablo 4, and guess what? We're going to talk about Diablo 4. I don't think it'll be too long of a post today, but I just want to kind of cover some of the highlights and talk about something very exciting that they just released today. So on Tuesday, Season 5 dropped, and if you haven't played Diablo 4 in a while, I really recommend, and you liked it, but it was just, kind of ran you off with the horrible itemization changes they had. I really recommend you go by and you come by and try it out again, because in Season 4 they made a ton of quality of life improvements, and I'm going to actually touch on some of those in a little bit, or at least on one of the big ones. And then they've added even more in Season 5. But the first thing I've got to mention that they've just introduced in Season 5, which is absolutely fantastic, is pets. Yeah, you get a pet now. This is literally the Loot Hound. So, following in the wake of other free-to-play MMOs, I'm looking at you, Black Desert Online, and I think even Diablo 3. You now unlock a pet. You get one for free. You get the cute little puppy dog for free, and the pet that runs around and picks up loot for you, which is a huge quality of life improvement. So it's really, really kind of nice. And I'm sure they'll offer new vanity, different kinds of pets, things you can do to your pet, just like they do for your mounts. So it's very cool. It's very fun. But it's a brand new thing for Season 5 for your seasonal character. So that alone is obviously clearly worth coming by and checking out. So as I was mentioning, they've made a lot of really good changes, and then most of these changes came about actually in Season 4, and there are a ton of guide videos that you can go out there, people like Rax and some other people out there that have, scores of really useful information on what changes came about in Season 4 and for Season 5. One of the big things, though, I just wanted to mention briefly, because this was such a huge quality of life improvement, is the ability to grind up your legendaries and unlock aspects from them. And the way it works is you salvage your legendary. An aspect goes into your codex from the legendary, which is essentially the unique legendary aspect of that piece of equipment. If you already have that aspect in your codex, then and you've made a better roll, if you've gotten a piece of gear that has a better roll, it will upgrade the aspect in your codex to the new improved roll. So that's nice. And then once you get a piece of gear that you would like to put that aspect on, you come over to the Arcanist and you drop the gear in, you pay some resource materials, and you pull that aspect and dump it on your new piece of gear. Voila. And the nice thing about that, obviously, is that you now no longer have to keep gear in your inventory looking at the various versions of a piece that has a particular aspect on you want, making sure you're keeping the highest roll of that piece of gear in your inventory. It used to drive me crazy and was one of the reasons that I left Diablo 4 back when it launched. So with that quality of life alone, it's fantastic. And there's tons of new things come out in Season 5. They have these things called Infernal Hordes, which are essentially a Weather the Storm type event, which I haven't even got to yet because I haven't got that far in Season 5 myself. They have these Hellbreach dungeons wherein you select which of the affixes you want to deal with in order to progress to the next part of the dungeon, and some of them give you more of the currency than another type, and then you use that currency at the end of the dungeon to buy higher quality chests when you get to the end. And that's a new kind of season mechanic, and that's pretty cool. I like it. It's another version of exchanging a token for cool gear that you like. But the really cool thing the interesting thing that came out today is they actually announced and rolled out a World of Warcraft crossover between Diablo 4 and WoW, in that you can now buy some WoW skins. And notice I say buy, because of course they're not unlocked in game. These are all premium skins that have to be purchased. And each skin costs around 25 bucks. Fortunately, they have it in such a way that you don't have to buy more skins than you want. You can literally just buy any one of the skins, with the exception of the Sparkle Pony. I think the Sparkle Pony is bound up in a bundle as well. But the skins are 2,800, whatever their currency is, and you can buy 2,500 for 25 bucks, and then you get 300 as a bonus for when you buy it. So you can pay your 25 bucks and get the skin. So let's take a look at the skins, because they've got one for 5 different classes, and they're pretty sweet. Okay, so what do we have here? So here's Varian Wynn, which is the Barbarian skin. It's pretty sweet, so yeah, liking that. And then the Druid is Xavius, and I don't know, I guess because Druid is so large, he looks very big to me. But yeah, that's the Druid skin. They've got Xalatath for the Necromancer. They don't allow you to change the gender of the preview for the skin, which I think is a terrible oversight. So I don't have a Necromancer. So if you don't have a Necromancer, they pick the gender for you. So here is Xalatath in a male, in a male gender. I do have a rogue, a female rogue, and so this is Savannah's skin, which is fantastic. Yeah, I really like the particle effect on the Savannah skin. I think it's amazing. And then the sorcerer is Kel'Thas, and again, I don't have a sorcerer, so that's why they're showing a male version of Kel'Thas. But I think, you know, if you had a female version, and that's the kind of interesting thing about all these skins, right, is that they have to do both male and female versions of them. So if you ever want to know, you know, what Sylvanas would look like as a man with a beard, well, you can now find out. It's pretty easy. So I think the skins are actually really good, and I'm definitely tempted to put down the cash for that Savannah skin. I really am. I haven't yet, but if you see me running around next week looking like Sylvanas, well, you know I succumbed. So. And that's, I think, going to be it for today. Like I said, there's a ton of really cool stuff in Diablo 4. I don't have a whole lot to chat about in terms of what all of the great things that are coming. I could bore you incessantly with all of the detailed mechanics that are in Season 5, but there are a lot of other videos out there that are much better than that. I'm just going to let you know that it's this is what I'm playing right now. I'm definitely be playing this week while we finish up the pre-patch event in World of Warcraft. And I invite you guys to come by and check it out. There's a lot of really interesting, cool stuff. Plus new WoW skins and a pet. What's not to like about that? Anyway, that's all I have for Sunday night. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you on Wednesday. Take care.